speaking of supporting a business, I have got a couple of people in the studio today that I would like to welcome. I have got Taylor Tribble, who is the owner of Open Box Outlet, and Megan Tribble, who is the e-commerce manager. Welcome.
Hey, thank you. We appreciate you all having us in the studio here today.
Yeah, for sure.
Okay, so same last name. Tell us the relationship.
I'm
Get
the
us started.
sister.
Sister,
Yeah.
yes.
I'll respond to my sister-in-law's name just because it's easy, but like, I'm the sister.
Awesome. And you're okay working for brother.
Yeah, he's not too shabby.
There are some days.
There
are some days.
To be
but,
expected.
We've lived 27 years together now, so I think we've gotten used to each other.
Yeah, for sure. Well, that makes for a great relationship, which also helps with business as well. One of the things that I've told everybody as we've been milling around this morning is the energy level with you guys is always through the roof. I absolutely love it. I get so excited to talk with you, especially in person, because there's so much energy and excitement, not only just in general, but for what you do. So tell me a little bit about Open Box and where that energy is coming from.
Well, realistically speaking, I decided to go into business where I'm moving heavy things all day, every day.
Okay.
So I've got to have pretty high energy for that.
Yes.
I can't run out of energy, otherwise, somebody's sofa doesn't get loaded.
Right.
However, at Open Box Outlet, we do liquidation and overstock furniture and home decor.
Okay.
So what that means is if you were to order something online from an online retailer and it gets shipped out, whether there's nobody there to sign for it, or the box gets damaged so you refuse the package, or you simply don't like it and send it back, it cannot get sold by that online retailer anymore. So it comes to a retailer like us.
Okay.
We buy that product from the retailers directly, bring it into our store, completely assemble it so that way you see exactly what you're getting, and market, typically speaking, about 50% off or better of the retail price.
Okay.
I'd say, if I had to put some numbers on it, 60 to 70% of the product that we get in our stores doesn't have anything wrong with it. There's no nicks, there's no scratches, it's a perfectly brand new item that came out of the box. We put it together for you so you don't even have to do that, and send it out the door with you, and save you a little money while we're at it. On the other side of that, there is about 30 to 40% sometimes that has some damage, whether that's a nick or a scratch, or maybe a hole in it, or maybe it's very damaged. But our prices are marked accordingly when it comes to those products.
Sure.
But that was one of the things that we wanted to do when we first started this company, was we wanted to make sure that we build it. We want you to see exactly what you're getting. We want you to know that the product that you're buying is a good, sturdy product, and you're paying a reasonable price for it.
Right. And that is what you want.
Absolutely.
Like, look it, touch it, feel it, see it. Like, I love that.
Yeah.
I love it. Yes,
Yeah.
absolutely. And you can just totally imagine that in your space. A lot easier than, buying sight unseen. So.
Absolutely. Yeah. And, and of course, ordering it online too, that's exactly what you're doing. You're buying it sight unseen. So, we wanted to create a space that you can come in, you can see it, and we get new product in literally every day. All of our product comes in completely randomly, so we have literally no idea what's going to come in. And I mean, this might be a great area for it, but I mean, we've gotten in a chicken feather plucker before.
Oh.
Like there are just some really random things that come in every once in a while.
That is kind of random.
Most of it is centralized around home decor and furniture, but I mean, we do get in some really random things. Yeah. So you never know what you're going to see.
I'm sure if our wife out there was extremely happy to finally find one.
Yes, somebody will appreciate that.
It didn't last long.
No, I'm sure.
So tell me a little bit about Open Box as a business. You've got several locations. Tell us a little bit about where those locations are and what that looks like.
Yeah, so our first location we started in Cincinnati, Ohio, on the west side in Delhi. I personally am not from Cincinnati. My dad spent 30 years in the Army, so I've lived all over the place. But my wife is west side of Cincinnati family. So she's grown up there, and that's where we started. We started that about 6 years ago, when my first daughter was born,
Okay.
as a way for my wife to stay home with her and to make a little bit of side income so she could raise our daughter Evelyn. Since I have another daughter, and we have five locations total in the Cincinnati area.
Okay.
One in Newport, Kentucky, the one that we have in Western Hills, Ohio, our newestly moved location. We just moved a location from Tri-County to Fairfield, Ohio.
Great.
We have one up in Jeffersonville, and of course the one that we opened here in Greensburg.
That's awesome. That's awesome. So what started out as just a little side gig hobby has expansively grown to where you now have numerous employees. You have an online presence. So that's awesome. Congratulations.
Thank you. Yeah, we started this company with $300, with a vision to make $1,000 a month, so my wife could stay home with our daughter.
And is she still staying at home?
She does still stay home.
Okay, okay.
She works a lot from home now. She helps quite a bit with
Yeah.
a lot of our back end processes and things like that. And she absolutely enjoys doing that.
That's awesome.
But she first and foremost loves being home with it. Well, most days she loves being
Right.
home.
There's always those caveats.
The weekends she definitely spends at the stores.
Yeah.
The kids go to grandma and grandpa during the weekends.
There you go. There you go. We've got to have that balance.
I say I will give him a little bit of tooting his horn since he didn't do it there. He was working 2 jobs while this garage thing was happening and all of this was
Wow.
coming into
Yeah.
formation. He was working in the military and he was also working at Sprint. So he was working 2 jobs on top of doing this startup business. So that was a lot for him to do as well.
Morgan, brother and sister, still getting along, working together, and she is acknowledging all of his efforts on air. That's pretty impressive.
I'm a little impressed. I'm not quite buying your brother and sister.
Well, Megan, let's talk to you for just a second. You are the e-commerce manager. First of all, tell us what an e-commerce manager is.
So first I'm going to throw out shopopenboxoutlet.com.
Okay.
I'll say it again, shopopenboxoutlet.com.
I'm writing it down.
Beautiful. We have about 60% of our inventory online, so everything that he talked about, most of our inventory is online. Getting all of our inventory online is kind of difficult
Sure.
due to it changing every day.
There's so much in there too. I can't even imagine keeping up with that.
Right. So it's they are bringing furniture out. We are taking furniture in, doing all this crazy stuff, so we might as well put it online so that everybody can kind of see what's going on.
Right.
The best part about our online business is that we provide free transfer from any of our locations.
Oh, cool. Okay.
So if you like something that you see up in Jeffersonville or in Western Hills and you guys don't want to shop up there, you can shop online and get it sent to your Greensburg store.
Nice.
And it's completely free. So that's the biggest part about my job that I like to highlight is the free transfer, and we also do delivery 30 miles outside of any of our locations.
Perfect. I did not know that.
Yeah.
That's awesome. So tell us a little bit, with that e-commerce in mind, about what we would find in the store. What kind of products do you have?
Yeah, so we do anything from the couches and love seats sets to just smaller pillows and plants and window panes. I mean, we can even do stuff for getting stuff outside in your landscape. We have landscape stuff going on. We also have a decent amount of chairs. We're pretty
We have a lot of chairs.
We have a lot of chairs.
Lot of
Chairs.
They're 50% off right now.
There you go. Shameless plug right there.
Yep. So if you need some chairs, we also have a decent amount of dining room tables. We have what you were looking for. So if you have a room, let's say we're sitting in this room right now and you want a new clock because that clock has been staring at you forever and ever, and you're like, man,
Time
I
for
need
an upgrade.
time.
It has
For-
been on me
Oh.
a couple of times. It's always been nice.
Didn't even try for
So,
that one. Yeah.
so we have that clock that will complete this room. So we are the completing store, right?
Ah, I like that.
I like to
that.
say pretty much anything that you could think or find in your house comes through our store at any given time. Whether it's hardwired lighting, whether it's lamps, curtains, sinks, bathroom vanities, or any kind of furniture that you could think of for your house, it comes through our store.
Yeah.
It might not currently be in our store,
Right.
but I guarantee you we've either had it or we'll get it in eventually.
Sure.
Right.
Sure. Talk a little bit about, I've seen a lot of different promotions. So you're talking about free delivery within 30 miles. I've seen a lot of things called hot deals. I think there's some coupon type of VIP reward member thing going on. Tell us about all of that and what that looks like.
Yeah, that's got to be one of the most difficult parts of my job.
Okay.
is pinpointing what everybody's going to like and running it as a promotion. You
Gotcha.
know, it's extraordinarily difficult to, you know, basically guess what everybody's going to like and what's going to bring people into the location and run with it. A couple things we have going on right now. We've recently started a VIP rewards program. It is based on annual spend. So as you spend more money with us, we give you a bigger discount. Up to 20% off. That's additional from any sale that we're running currently.
Oh, wow.
Nice. You know, if you spend over $5,000 a year with us, you get an additional 20% off. You also get free delivery. You also get access to a couple exclusive coupons and sales throughout the year. And that's just basically our way of saying, hey, thank you. We know you spent a lot of money with us, and we want you to continue to spend money with us, but we're going to give you, we're going to give you a little bit of a discount for doing that.
Awesome.
So, you know, if we're running 50% off dining chairs, and you are and you are an elite member of the VIP program, you get an additional 20% off that 50% off. So, you know, that's not
insanely good.
Yeah, and it's very smart for like businesses and government
Right.
offices who continuously buy. It's
Yeah.
more enticing.
And and on top of that, if you don't want to spend the $5,000 with us, you don't want to wait throughout the year to spend the $5,000 with us, we offer a subscription program. So basically, you can just pay $20 a month to get bumped to that top tier.
Okay.
So if you are looking at a big purchase, you can sign up for our subscription and immediately get that 20% discount and that free delivery and have all of
Right,
those
exactly.
benefits.
Yeah.
So
Creative marketing.
Yeah.
I like it. I like it. That does keep you busy, I'm sure.
it does indeed. On top of social media, of course, we also post all of our inventory on social media. So as product comes in, we post it on our Facebook page. We have one gentleman that works tirelessly to keep all of our Facebook pages updated with our current inventory. That used to be Megan's job.
Yeah. Pass that one off, didn't you?
So, if you're interested in following along with sales and things like that, you can follow us on Facebook. It's an easy way to keep up with what's happening in the store. We also like to really spend a lot of time at Open Box Outlet being in the community and really making sure that our name gets put out there in a positive light. Taking time like this to come in and talk with you guys and sit down and hang out is super fun. We also are going to be joining you at the Leaders and Loggers.
Awesome.
That will be exciting. We in the last 2 or 3 months we've moved the location and opened a location in Michigan that we really don't talk about because it's really kind of far away.
It is far away.
But there have been a lot of things that have been going on in our world in the last several months, and things are starting to calm down a little bit. So it's time to get out and show our face and be supportive in the areas that support us. And that's as a small business, that's extremely important.
Well, I can tell you from the Chamber's perspective, you got involved from the word go. The second that we signed you up for a Chamber membership and performed your ribbon cutting with you, you have been everywhere, which has been super exciting to see at our events, supporting other businesses in town, even when it's not been a Chamber direct event. We did a ribbon cutting for another business here just recently, and one of the first things that she said, well, I think you were there. Was it you?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you were there, Megan, and all the furniture in the studio there had come from Open Box, and I was like, that's such a cool collaboration that had nothing necessarily to do with us, the Chamber, but it was just that collaborative effort for business to business here within our community, which was super exciting to see.
That's awesome.
Morgan even said she's pretty sure these chairs we're sitting on right now came from Open Box. So.
They probably did. You have had a high inventory of stools and high top stools, so I bet
Which
then
we like.
the likelihood is there.
Cheers.
Yeah.
Our table, for those who don't know, our studio is very tall in here, so
Yes.
it holds a lot of equipment. It's got to
Yep.
be tall and sturdy.
Yep. Talk a little bit about seasonal things. So I know when we did your ribbon cutting, there was some patio furniture coming in. Do you happen to see that kind of stuff come seasonally, or is it just like, I know you said earlier, things are just kind of random, and you don't know what you're going to get, but do you happen to see those trends? So if I was looking for something outdoor, would now be a good time to kind of start looking for that?
Definitely. So
Just kind of change some things around.
Yeah.
it can be a little difficult sometimes, because in a liquidation type business like ours, typically speaking, we tend to get the seasonal stuff after the season.
Okay.
But what we try and do throughout the year, so if we get a bunch of outdoor furniture in over the winter, we try and stockpile that to the side.
Gotcha.
So that way come spring, we can build it all and put it out. And that's been very successful and helpful to us, and to our open box customers, because
Sure.
then we can have a large influx of that specific type of inventory that everybody looks for. Right around this time of year, everybody's looking for outdoor furniture.
Right.
You know, it's
We're
gonna
thinking
start getting-
warm weather,
yeah,
whether it's here or not. We're trying.
it's
We're
gonna
doing our
start-
part.
It's gonna start getting a little warmer out.
It is.
So,
It is.
Fingers crossed, guys. Don't say it too soon.
But yes, we have outdoor furniture that we get in. It starts coming in right about now, and we'll get it in probably through about November or so. Same with Christmas. We get a lot of Christmas trees and Christmas decorations and things like that starting October, November, and we realistically get a lot of that in through February. So
Sure.
you know, as far as seasonality is concerned, we do get a good bit of that in at Open Box, and it does change a bit with the seasons, but we do get a lot of it still comes in even off season. So
Gotcha.
you know, if you build a new house in November, because you know you want to do that for whatever reason, then we still have patio furniture for you if you if you want to sit back on your patio in November.
Yeah.
Or like that really random hot day that we always have, because like
Sure.
that's the area
There's
that we have
always
around.
that day, or when Christmas is 76, and it wasn't this year, but last year it was 76 degrees on Christmas here. It was like,
Yeah.
And you're like, you
Okay.
need that new umbrella that you probably should have got last season.
Yeah.
Come get an umbrella from us.
There you go.
Yeah.
There you go. What would you say your hottest ticket item or largest group? And you can just bundle it together. Is it stools? Is it couches and ottomans? What is that thing that really people are looking for?
I'd say it's a fairly decent tie between
there's a
the
few.
sofa sectionals, love seats,
Okay.
and outdoor furniture.
Outdoor furniture.
I mean, outdoor furniture sells like crazy.
Isn't that
It is
amazing?
expensive,
Yep.
and it sits outdoor all year long, so it doesn't necessarily last as long as it probably should.
Right.
And when we get in outdoor patio sets for $250, $300-$400 for a
Right.
patio set that's supposed to be $1,000,
Yes. Yes.
then they fly right out the door.
Yeah.
Right.
And we do our best to get as many in as possible.
Awesome.
So we do also hold premium brand products though, our love seats and sectionals of like the pieces that kind of all go together, or we also
Right.
have some mix and match too. Those ones sell pretty well. Our sectionals, the big, like
Yeah.
the Costco couch.
Yeah.
Yes,
Right?
yeah.
That's what everybody's looking for now. So that's what everybody kind of comes in and looks for.
Are you seeing those trends throughout the store, as far as just what's hot, what's trending now? I guess the trending now colors and
Oh, most definitely.
Yeah.
And it definitely depends on where we get our inventory from too. I've got probably 3 or 4 vendors that we get our inventory from now, and each vendor is a little different. So I order from one vendor who does have a lot of the very trendy furniture. I get one vendor that has a little more traditional. One vendor has a little more mid-century modern. So
sure
I
speaks to everyone.
I really try to
Yeah.
gear it towards the area too that we're in, and keep that in mind.
Yeah.
If we get a lot of customers that come in and are looking for farmhouse furniture, then I'm going to try and have as much farmhouse furniture in there as possible, because that's what everybody likes in the area. So
Sure.
um,
Sure. What is your favorite piece that you've seen go through the store so far? Do you have a favorite
I
item?
have one right now, just because like I'm styling it, so it's so cute.
Well, what is
I have a convertible desk that's
Okay.
an L-shaped desk that's white but clear also. So the
Oh.
bottom part of it is white, and then there's a like hinge part that goes over top of it that's clear that
Okay.
can swivel out to make an L-shaped desk,
Interesting.
and then it can be a console table when you
Yeah.
don't need it,
Yeah.
right?
So is that here at our location in Greensburg, or what store is that in?
So it will
Or are you
be-
holding it for Megan?
Well, I'm kind of not holding it for me, but
Okay.
I'm holding it for a purpose. It will
Okay.
be at the Home and Garden Show and the
Oh,
Greater Cincinnati
cool.
Home and Garden Show.
Very
We
cool.
have a booth there every year, and we're doing a raffle to give away that desk and a chair.
That's at
Very
the
cool.
Duke Energy Convention
Oh.
Center in Cincinnati.
What did I say that? Okay, cool.
Oh, it's just like, what did I screw up?
I
He's got
know.
my back.
I didn't know
He's
if
got
that's
your
what
back.
it was.
At
Cool.
the Duke Energy Center in Cincinnati,
Yeah.
Home and Garden Show. And are tickets on sale now for that?
Yes,
Okay.
we have an event on our Facebook. If you want
Okay.
to hop on our Facebook and go to our events, you can kind of see our 205 booth event on there. And I think they're $21 online and 24 at the door.
And do you remember the date of that event?
It's February 28th and 29th, and then March 3rd through the 5th, I believe.
Perfect.
Those first two dates might be a little off, but I think that's right.
So if you're interested in that Home and Garden Show at the Duke Energy Center in Cincinnati, you can go onto their Facebook page for tickets there. And they were going to have a booth along with this very cool desk that we're talking about. So
Yeah,
that's exciting.
excited.
Very exciting. So that was something else that I wanted to talk real briefly about before we run out of time here. You guys have been very involved with several of our larger events, such as the Women in Business Conference. Are you looking forward to specific events in our community, such as that, or other events that we can maybe come and see you out and about in the community?
I will tell you that the events that we do, it's my favorite thing.
Yeah.
I love it. I love being out in the community wearing our Open Box logo and giving out coupons and candy and talking to the kids and talking to the adults and just hanging out and just being a part of the community.
Yeah.
I think that is really what helps us grow and helps us grow in a positive light, because there are so many businesses these days that move into an area and they may throw a bunch of sponsorships and things like that, but they're not actually present in the community and they're not
Sure.
out and about, and it's just my favorite thing.
That's awesome.
I love getting out to events and talking about Open Box and our business and our story and really spreading the word about our business, because one, that helps me, and two, it helps the community. And I really want to be a place that you can legitimately go to and save money and get good furniture and it not cost you an arm and a leg.
Yeah, that's awesome. So I think that I had this misconception of Open Box Outlet, one, because the store itself is very, very large.
Yes.
So for me, that screams big box store,
Yep.
which you are somewhat, but you are a big box store with a very small hometown feel. And that community aspect is ringing through in everything that you talk about. So while I think I had that misconception, I just love the fact that you can be big, yet be very small at the same time and be very community minded. So that's
And
awesome.
when it comes to our staff too, I mean, Autumn, our store manager, she just moved out of Rushville, but yeah, she just she bought a house. But all of our staff is of course local too, and I try to find those people that kind of embody those same. Hey, I talked to you about wanting to come in, and if you just come into our store and have a 15-minute conversation with our staff and don't even buy anything, please do.
Yeah.
Come in, sit down, hang out.
Yeah.
I don't have coffee, I'm sorry. But,
You have cool furniture to
we
sit
do,
at though.
yeah.
Right.
Sit down, hang out, talk with the staff. Just be friends with the people that are around us, and that will ultimately lead to a successful business, in my opinion. So
That's awesome. Well, thank you for being a part of not only the chamber but our Greensburg, Decatur County community. Why don't you leave us with a location? Where are you located?
we are at 650 Greensburg Commons Shopping Center, next to Walmart
Yes.
in Greensburg, Indiana.
And store hours.
We are open 7 days a week, Monday to Saturday, 10 a.m. to 7 p.m. and Sunday noon to 5.
And I really put you on the spot there because you have so many locations.
Yeah,
I'm
I-
impressed.
They're pretty much all different, so I had to
Yeah,
really think about that for a second.
I definitely was like, oh, okay, I don't know that I could have done that.
You were checking his facts. You were
Yeah.
a checker, yeah. Well, thank you again. I've got Megan and Taylor Tribble in the studio today from Open Box Outlet. Taylor is the owner. Megan, his sister, is the e-commerce manager. They opened the store about a year and a half ago, with a ribbon cutting, and have been very involved in our community since. So thank you so much again for being here, being a part of us, and we look forward to seeing you at many events here in 2023.
Absolutely.
Yes,
I really
thank you.
appreciate you having us.
Yes, thank you, Morgan. And with that, I'll send it back to you.